You personally have the unique ability to create a whole new thing. So it's very similar to how, I guess, Steve Jobs created fonts. And it was because he took a calligraphy class and he was also a programmer. Don't stop doing the things you like, just combine them together. Being a good writer is going to be something that matters no matter what you do. You'll be able to combine that with other things. What about people who feel like they're going slowly? I look at it like there's not anywhere we're trying to go. If you kind of look at it like that, it gives you some permission to just say, this is actually what I'm doing right here. Like, there's not really a full-on end game. I personally started out in advertising agency, then I went to corporate, and then I did, some animation stuff before I started my own business, and I could have done it in the reverse order. You get a chance to actually kind of weave together the things that make you really, really different, and then go and create that job. Say, I'm good at PR, I'm good at advertising, I'm also a designer, and I like ivy plants. Let's put that into a profession. And believe it or not, that exists. You have to be willing to make some mistakes. I made a lot of them, but it was because I tried a lot of things. And so I got a lot of things right too. So I think it's a quantity and an outcome, formula. I trust my instinct. What a lot of leaders have in common is that they spend a good amount of time by themselves, really kind of working through their own perfection challenges. But at the end of the day, my approach is that I try something new every day. I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't attempt something that I probably didn't know how to do at the beginning of the day. Be willing to do the stuff that no one else wants to do. The thing that I value the most in a person that works with me is that they make my day easier. So they either thought of something I didn't think of, they told me something, they did something before I asked, and if you kind of share that, that's kind of your approach while being a team player, they'll love that. One thing that I found over and over again that I really like is when people manage up, over communicate everything, because there's a lot of gifted and talented students coming out, and they're probably honestly smarter than we are, but we don't ever know what they're doing. So I have the hardest time getting people to just tell me, what is it you're working on? Like, give me an update. Even if you share in an interview that you're a really good communicator and that you know how to manage up and check in and let people know, hey, this is what you're thinking and your thought process, I think that's going to be huge. I used to be extremely corporate. I'm still pretty corporate today, I guess. And, I didn't even wear jeans on Friday for 10 years or something like that. Now there's a wave of people coming in and they're like, why are we wearing suit and ties? And the debate was, which one is professional? It needs to be professional for you. What people really like more than they like cookie cutter is they like authentic. Ask yourself 3 questions, and on your feed and things like that, it can be more than that, but usually it's 3 different lanes. One is who you are, just generally what you do most often. So if you're an athlete, we should see athletic things. 2, who do you want to be? So right now you may not be there, but do you have the permission to go into that space? So right now you're like, but I'm not even, fill in the blank. I'm not even a writer yet. Well, you can still put your own quotes or your own things that you wrote. And then what makes you uniquely qualified to be one or the other? Now, persistence, people throw that word out too. What does that look like? Well, to me, what I learned, honestly, really recently was you kind of need to fall down in the same place over and over again. I used to think, okay, well, if I made a mistake here, well, let me go find a new area. Let me go find a new client. Let me go find a new town. Instead, I think the real leadership for me has been to continue to work that same process over and over again, and not to be embarrassed or to be upset. Or I just encourage everybody to do something that I learned: stay in place. Leaders stay in the same place and continue to work, that area. Leadership kind of reminds me of when you're walking towards those doors at Target. Anybody like gone to Target and you get really close and the doors open up, if you've got it right? If you're sitting in that car at Target and you've never gone to Target before, you may say, well, I don't know if the door's going to open. I don't know if they're open. I don't know if I should even walk towards the door. What's really interesting is that the doors only open when you apply pressure.